What up, YouTube? I'm on like the super wide screen again, right? Check it out. I said I'd make an announcement today, so here's the announcement. Um, thumb drives. Thumb drives are back. I like to give people content, and I like to give you solid content sometimes. And the content is so large, it just make a digital download just too ridiculous to deal with. So here's the deal. I'm doing thumb drives again with samples, but here's the thing. Here's the catch. A lot of people have gotten thumb drives from me before, and some of the content may be similar. So I need to know if you got thumb drives. That way I can make sure you get something truly unique that you never got from me. But here's what's so unique about these thumb drives. I'm doing samples. So I'm sharing my vinyl collection, the stuff that I made digital format in it. Because a lot of my stuff I put on the computer anyway. I want to keep a digital backup of them. Sometimes it's easier to get my beats made that way if I got them in the computer already. But I still sample straight from vinyl as well. So it is what it is. But and that process takes a while. But why am I going into that? But anyway, I thought it was a cool idea that if I had all my samples lined up in a particular order, it would make it easier to make beats. And let me explain what I mean by that. What I have done is I took a lot of my samples, a lot of my sample libraries, and I put them in folders based on the key that they're in. So I have an A minor folder, a B minor folder, a C minor folder, whether it's a B flat major or E flat minor, whatever, it's in those folders based off the major note that they're in. So now I can go to in a folder and find samples that complement each other. So say for instance I like Teddy Pendergrass, I just do a search, and then if I find Teddy Pendergrass and I find that song, now I go to that folder, I know what other samples may complement it. So I can take a bass line from one sample, a keyboard part from another sample, maybe a horn or a stab or orchestration hit or whatever, a vocal snippet, and I'll know that they'll match pretty much harmonically. So how cool is that? Took a lot of time, but I did it. I mainly did it for me, but I said, you know what, this would be cool, especially for upcoming producers trying to get it in, trying to sample, and pretty much if you're just a raw sample-based producer, sometimes you want to get other elements in it. This takes away the element of just chopping up a sample, laying a bass line to it, and laying some drums. Now you can find other samples, other beats, other musical compositions that complement it. And even if you are still using construction kits or you play the keyboard, now you know that key, that sample, and you can kind of get it in with that. Or if you got sample kits or construction kits that have bass lines or keyboard parts and stuff like that, you can go to that folder, because most construction kits show you or inform you of what key that the whatever the composition is in. So if you know it's a C minor, you can go to your construction kit libraries that you got and then find your C minor bass or your C minor keyboards or whatever other instruments you want and find what you can get to complement that sample. How freaking cool is that? So all these samples, so the 16 gig is going to have sample snippets. They're all going to be about 30 seconds or so. It's going to be well over 1,400 of them. And then you're going to get sample snippets, and they're all going to be in folders based by the key that they're in. How cool is that? I know it's cool. Thank you. You're welcome. But anyway, that way you can get it in. Also, as a bonus, I'm throwing in Jim Bond's Sardi samples. I mean, you can go to his website and Kicks and Snares and get it yourself. But I took the liberty of taking the samples, putting them in, and then guess what? They're in the folders of the key, the major key that they're in. Cool. Funny thing is though, some samples, musical compositions have two keys, meaning in one section it'll be in one key, another section will be in another key. So if you see the same song in two different folders, it's because it shares two different keys at some point. So that way you can get it in and you'll know that your stuff, to the most part, is harmonically matches each other. Now, if you like to do the chipmunk thing, pitch it up or pitch it down, you got to keep in mind that when you do that, you change the tune of the sample. So whatever you use to complement it, you must pitch that down as well. You must pitch it up as well, the same percentage. Or blend the two together, then pitch the whole thing up, and then that way you don't have nothing to worry about. So cool technique. But not only that, you get a lot of bonuses with these thumb drives. I'm doing in drum kits, I'm doing in drum breaks, I'm doing in drum loops. I'm taking some of my unique shit and giving it on a thumb drive with you. Now, I'm not giving the thumb drive away because thumb drives cost money. So, yes, I want money. But what I'm saying is you're getting a lot of bonus material. So pretty much, there's not going to be a whole lot of space left on that thumb drive because I'm going to pack it up as much as I can. But it will be a little bit of space just in case you want to use that thumb drive directly as that go-to kit. It's because if you're using an MPC RIN, you can throw it in the back of your MPC RIN and you can go through that and just have that as and go directly from there. So if that's how you want to do it, you can. Or you can take the stuff off, put it onto your hard drive, then use the thumb drive for whatever. I don't care. But that's how that's going down. So I'm giving you a lot of bonus content, especially with the drums and the drum loops and some stuff that I use personally. And my drum library is freaking bananas, okay? So don't sleep on that. You're going to get some good stuff. Even as well, like I said, some drum kits, some drum loops, and things like that. So on these thumb drives, you'll have everything you need to get it in, with the exception of live instrumentation. So if you want to play a bass line and stuff like that, you know, you won't have that, but you'll have the samples. Now, once you go up to like the 32 gig thumb drive, I'll incorporate more full songs. 32 gig full hard drive, thumb drive will have more songs on it, as well with the 64 or the 128. So it's going to be like 4 packages: 16, 32, 64, 128. So depending on how much you want, to get it in, that's how much vinyl I will share. The bonus content is the bonus content, so everybody get the same bonus content. So if you get a larger drive, you're just getting more samples, more music. All right, so that's how that will work. So it'll be priced accordingly. But the bonus stuff is the bonus stuff. So the drums, the sample kits, and well, you know, the drums, the drum loops, and all that other stuff are there. And I'm giving you some dusty kicks, dusty snares, and some stuff, some things I've collected over the years. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So I'm gonna show you how all this works. So you can see it in action and kind of wrap your head around it, just in case you don't quite understand where I'm going at with this. But every sample will be in a folder, you know, based off the key that is in. So that's really, really cool. So you get a lot of bonus content, you get the samples. So without further ado, I think I'm gonna just get it in and show you how these things work together and how you can get busy and find the samples that you need to get it in and make some killer ass.
All right, so let me give you the first example. I got this sample. That one, and I got this one. We all know this. All right, so those are the samples, folks. That's what's kicking off. So check it out. I'm gonna make a simple sequence with it and blend the two together some kind of way. Cause as I said, they're in the same folder, so they should be in the same key. All right, so let's start off with this one. That's how I'm gonna do it. All right, so now I'm gonna play around with this one, with the next sample. See if I can make this fit. I'm going to my sample edit because I want this. There we go. That's good enough. Want to edit that last part, so let's try it again. Alright, so let's record that. Let's see if I can incorporate this. So let's add it. You see it's blending perfectly. Look, let's undo that. Try it again. Sounds cool. Then, of course, like I mentioned before, that I'll be adding some drum breaks. So let me go to a drum break real quick and throw a drum break in here. See, complement each other. So how easy would it be to make your beats, man, knowing what key they in, the general samples, and being able to either blend different things or different elements from different samples so you can be more creative. So yeah, this is what I'm offering: drum breaks and some samples. Give you some more examples. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna let you hear the sample. That's sample number 1. Y'all should know what that is. And here's sample number 2. Now I time stretch both samples so they could complement each other pretty well when I change, because they had 2 different speeds. So let's just lay the first one down. Alright, so we got that. Then this is the next one. That's how I want to add it. And again, let's add a drum break to it. I'm gonna increase the sequence a little bit. Let's increase it to like 96. Do a simple mix. But y'all getting the point. So this is just an example, but you know you can take this a lot further than what I'm doing. I'm just doing it real quickly. Just taking some stuff that I think will blend together. So at least you'll have a bunch of samples that you can see, well, I wonder if this will complement this. I wonder if that will complement that. All your questions will be answered because you know the folder is going to pretty much be in the same key. So you can take elements from different samples or from your construction kits. A lot of times you get your construction kits, if you buy them, they have basses and stuff. They'll be in a certain key. So, for instance, what I'll do is I'll come back. I'm going to leave the OJ sample in, and I'm going to find a bass that complements it that's in the same key and let you see how that works out. All right, so I'm back. I found a bass line that was in the same key. This is A flat minor. So I found the bass in one of my construction kits that was in A flat minor, and that is this. Alright, so let's see how that works together. Sound like it works good. So you're going to get samples, and pretty much what I'm doing is helping you take some of the guesswork out of it. These sample packs are unique. I'm actually going to do like an old school. This is not going on my website because these are samples. So, and I'm not responsible for sample clearances, but a lot of people like to dig, and I got a large digital collection and a large vinyl collection. So I'm going to share some of my samples with you. They're all going to be in a folder with the key in it, and I'm going to actually send you some drum kits as well so you can get busy and get down. All right, so here's another example. I already laid down a sequence, but I'm going to let you know the sample. Right. So I got another sample here. Y'all, we know what this is. And the other sample is... Oh, sorry. Wrong. This sample here. Alright, so we know what that is. So what I did was I chopped that up. That was the first one. Then All My Love thing. I I just took the beginning. So let's check it out. See? So you can see harmonically it fits. I'm not trying to make a perfect thing. I'm just trying to let you see this stuff does blend together pretty well. I may do one more example and then I'll go over a couple more things. All right, so put a drum loop down, and this is it. Let's go to the drum loop. So that's the drum loop, and this is the sample. Alright, then what I did was I used the MSS2 audio. I went to them, I got a bass kit from them, and I chopped up the bass line, or the bass rather, and the bass is this right here. So I'm trying to make these go together. So first, I got the drum track down. Alright, so now I'm gonna mess around with this sample. It's kind of high pitched and everything, or it's kind of tinny, but that's how it was in it when I recorded. Turn that down a little bit. So, now I'm going to track 3. So you can see that goes. I'm gonna lower the sample because it's so high pitch. I'm gonna lower that even lower. All right. Now I'm gonna go to the bass track so you can hear the bass a little better. They're in the same key, and they'll just go. So let's record it. Let's undo that. So I'm gonna record this bass line again. So they complement each other because they both are D majors. So you know, so that's it, folks. They're kind of much in a key. Now take in mind that sometimes it may be, you may see something, or you may have something that's in D major, and it could be right around G major. Sometimes those patterns, they kind of run a little close together. So sometimes if you're in D major and G major, so say you play the key and you're like, well, it's more like G major, but realistically, D major, G major, they could pretty much blend together. They're right there in the scale together somehow. I mean, I'm not a musician, but yeah, they're not too far off. So just mess around with it. The kits will be out very soon. I'm finishing up, and the prices are in the link below, and it may even be on the screen because I'm doing this before I edit the video. So if it's on the screen, great. If not, the payments or the charge for the thumb drives are in the description. Thanks. Peace.